really helps to add myself to the, oh no, I forgot to add lights. See, this is what happens when I'm not completely ready. Oh no, I forgot to add lights. See, this is what happens. Okay. That should be better. Yeah, I normally have a checklist that I check off, and I live in the dark. I forgot my hat. I'm woo. And what? Yeah. All right, let's see here. And yep, I don't even have water. I'm going to get that in a little bit. Yeah, so what's today? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I never have my lights on. I'm so used to it being dark that I don't think about it. And then I hadn't really done any testing, but I'm guessing you can hear me just fine. It's been one of those weeks, and it's actually the perfect week for today's topic, which is YouTube motivation and consistency. And don't worry, we're going to talk Canva too, but people have been asking me how I stay so consistent with YouTube, and I just want to share some of my tricks and tips, and just probably word vomit a lot today over that because it has been a week. I typically spend about an hour on Thursdays prepping for the live stream, and I didn't do that. There is a reason, and it's not because I'm not motivated. It's because it's been a very difficult week. So I've just kind of been chilling in my chair and all that. So let's see. Let me add. I guess I just need to change this. All right. So what we're talking about is YouTube motivation made simple. And I'm going to go over what I call the 5 C's. And actually, there's a 6th C, Canva. And let's just go through this slideshow. The first thing, I forgot. I need one more thing on the back end to help me out. And by the way, I'm not a cat. I see your questions. I've started your questions. I will get to them. Let's see. I need one thing. Okay. Let me download. Okay. I need it there. Okay. I needed my little cheat sheet to help me out because my brain is not in full mode, but that's pretty typical. That's Jennifer, right? All right, so here's what we're going to do. Do you struggle with consistency and motivation when creating content for YouTube? We're going to talk about the things that have helped me become more consistent with this channel, because these tips may just help you out. And the 5 C's of motivation that I have, and yes, we are going to be learning some skills in Canva too, but the 5 C's are clarity of content, commitment to others, communication, calendar blocking, and cell phones. And I am not a cat added another C, cool. So did I go too far? Nope. Clarity of content. We're going to talk about these things, and then of course we're going to go into Canva. Clarity of content. One thing that's really important for you to stay consistent in YouTube and for you to stay motivated in YouTube is to really have clarity of content. And the more clear you are on your content, the easier it's going to be for you to brainstorm ideas for that content. And I guess I could pull me up all the way, or maybe go like this. Okay. All right. My brain, I just lost it. If you are more clear about what you are creating, then it's going to be easier for you to create content for it. Example, if I didn't have this channel and this channel wasn't specifically focused on Canva tutorials for YouTubers, then my brain would be all over the place. I wouldn't know what to create content for. And it's really hard to be consistent if you don't know who you're creating content for, what your audience is, or what your video should be. So let me know in the chat or the comments who it is that you are creating content for. And if you haven't started a channel yet, that's okay. Just let me know what your content is going to be, and also who it is that you serve by creating content. Let's move on to the next slide. Commitment to others. So in order to be consistent, it is really important to make a commitment. I decided I started the channel in January 2021, and I was committed to the channel, but I wasn't really committed until like June of 2021. And in June of 2021, I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm not just like dipping my toe in anymore. I am committed. I am all in. And I see Monique says, self-publishers and expats, I have 2 channels. That's great. You have a very clear, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. If anybody's new around here, I do that. I lose my train of thought. It's one reason why live streaming makes me nervous, because I lose it all the time, but I eventually roll it back around. It's great to have 2 channels on the 2 topics. That way you serve your audience for those specific topics. All right, so you have to make a commitment to your audience, right? So you have to make a promise to yourself and to others that you are going to show up with new videos. And I did that. My commitment was, and you guys are going to laugh because of what I do now, but my commitment was, I'm going to publish 1 new Canva tutorial every single week. Just 1. That was my promise. And up in my little banner, it said 1 new Canva tutorial every week. And I'm so glad, Monique, I am glad you get it too. I have not officially been diagnosed with ADHD. However, one of my symptoms is fighting with attention deficit, and it can be a real problem. And like, I'm sitting here and I can see myself in the screen, and I can see my hair. I usually wear a hat because my hair is a distraction for me. And my hat's right here, but I forgot to put it on. So anyway, make a commitment. What is your commitment for your audience? Currently, my commitment is to publish 2 new videos every single week with a live stream on Friday. And every month, I evaluate whether that is still my commitment for that month. So I know what my commitment is for November. And then probably mid-November, I'm going to look at something. It's going to bring us to the next C. I don't know if you guys can guess what that next C is going to be. I will look at December, and I will decide what is my commitment for December. It very well may be 2 videos every week and a live stream on Friday. Or I might switch it up. But let's see here. Oh, no, that went in the next C. So the next C is communication. It is very, very important when you're creating content to communicate. And it is not just important to communicate with your audience, it's also important to communicate with your family, those that are going to be impacted by what you do, especially if it's not something that you typically do. My husband didn't realize how important this channel meant to me until I sat down and told him, this is important. I want to do this. I need you to help me and be supportive, right? Well, the moment I did that, he got on board. All right. So all I needed to do was tell him, this channel is important to me. I need time and I need focus, which is funny considering my focus is everywhere, right? He now knows that when I am in create content mode, not to disturb me unless it's a true emergency, right? So if, and here's the thing, I have worked very hard for figuring out what works best for our family so that I'm not neglecting what I need to neglect, so that I'm not neglecting what I need to do. Wow, I can't speak. So that I'm not neglecting what I need to neglect, right? So I know that what works best for me is typically I'm at my best between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. That's when I am at my absolute best. That's when I'm most focused, which is why now I'm like all over the place because I'm not as focused. I'm not as focused from 11 on. I'm really focused and tuned in the morning. So he knows that typically if I do not respond to him from 8 to 10, that I am doing something for the channel. He doesn't get upset about it. If there's an emergency, he actually calls the house, which I just realized that I need to have it set there so that if the phone does ring, I can see who it is so that I can hang up on them. All right. So I know this is a little different. We will be going into Canva very soon. I think I've gone through 3 C's in 13 minutes. It's pretty good. If you are finding value in today's live stream, make sure you hit the like button. It lets the algorithm know that you like what you see. All right. Now I'm getting distracted by the comments that I'm seeing on the side. All right, so let's communication. It's also important that you communicate to your audience what your commitment is. You can do this in your about section. You can do this on your banner or even in a community post, because I don't know if you guys know, everyone's getting a community post. Before we move on to the next C, which I'll give you a little preview, is calendar and time blocking, I want to take a look and see what's going on in the chat because I love it, love it, love it. Let me pull up some comments. I am not a cat is getting a new used iPhone 12 on Monday. And Monique gets it. You know what? I don't think people talk enough about how difficult it is when I'm not diagnosed with OCD. I believe I've got some OCD tendencies. But I don't think people talk enough about how difficult it is to create content when you're type A personality and you want things to be perfect. This live stream has not gone to plan. It has, from start to like now it is not gone to what I would want to do. It's not perfect. And my type A is really like, oh my God, Jennifer. but it is what it is. It's live streaming. Hopefully you guys understand that life happens. However, when I edit a video, it's completely different. It's really hard for me not to be so, and I don't want to use the word perfect, but I just, oh, is this sound effect right? Oh, is this overlay right? Oh, is it this or that? Or should I add this? And I really had to strip it back and go, okay, let's strip this back and see if this is better. All right, let's see. All right, I am not a cat. I see you everywhere. I'm going to challenge you to this. I want you to start a channel in November. Go ahead, start a channel. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, but here we go. My niche will be entertainment with a focus on philosophy and a minor in atheism with a huge LOL. So, yeah, I mean, like, you know who your audience is. I myself have ADD. We're like the three musketeers of distraction. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if we were all three on the screen at the same time? It would be unbelievably difficult. It would be, we'd be like squirrel. All right, let's see here. You may have forgot your hat, even though it was right in front of you, but I lost my keys once for 30 minutes. They were in my hand the entire time. I've done that. It is not fun. And then, let's see. Our move has turned my schedule upside down, so I'm still getting my writing dialed back in, and then my channels. For now, I just record the videos. Yeah, so sometimes life happens, right? And you know what? I tell you what, guys, I'm going to give you a quick video, like a 1-minute break. I really need to go fill this up with water. So I'm going to give you a video real quick. The one that says I need a minute and it makes it look like I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not. I'm going to go get this and I'll be right back. I love that video. So this video actually created everything in Canva. The music comes from Creator Mix and everything else Canva. If I can find that particular file, I'll show it to you. I just not sure where it is. I've done a lot since I created that one. Did you know you can make these little videos in Canva? Sure can. All right. So what I want to tell you in calendar time blocking goes hand in hand with the story. Actually, I've got a couple stories that I can tell you with this. All right, we're 20 minutes in. So, one of the most important things I do each month and each week, each day is look at my calendar. Some weeks and months are going to be busier than the others, just like what Monique said with moving. Um, you can, you've got time in your life that's busier than others. So, when you have that, you have to work your schedule to what's going to work for you. You're going to know what your real life priorities are, and you need to figure out how much time you have exactly to create content. And then you're going to reverse engineer your time. Do you only have 2 hours during a week to be able to film, edit, and get everything done on the back end of YouTube to publish a video? Consider making content that works around that time restraint. All right, so here's a story time. And I see that Monique and I'm Not a Cat are talking about Canva and Coral Video Studio and BookBrush. So I'm really not familiar with them. But I do a lot of my video editing actually not in Canva. I do it in Shotcut because it's faster and easier for me. However, when I'm doing short little clips like the one that I just shared, I will do it 100% in Canva because it's mostly B-roll. And I love creating the videos and the transitions and everything in Canva. And that is going to be easier than downloading a whole bunch of B-roll videos and putting it in Shotcut. All right. So October 14th, I looked at my schedule for November. I try to look at my next month about halfway through the current month. So I'll look at December, probably around December 14th or November 14th, give or take. I'll look at December. But I realized very quickly that my November was filled with personal obligations, right? I had 3 or 4 doctor's appointments. I had 2 or 3 actual personal obligations that aren't related to doctor's appointments. And then in the US, we have Thanksgiving. So I knew that I was going to want to take time off a day or two before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving, and then that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I knew that I was going to be limited in the amount of time that I had for November. So I reversed engineered what my commitment was. And what my commitment was for this channel was I wanted to create 8 videos and do 3 live streams and then post something on my community tab every single day. So you look at what your output is and then think about the time that it's going to take to create that actual output. So if I wanted to create, or if I wanted to have 8 Canva tutorials in November that were videos, edited videos, I knew that I was likely going to have to create them all in October. So I had from October 14th to October 31st to create 8 Canva tutorials. That's only about 2 weeks. And in that 2-week time, I only had probably 3 days in which I could do that. So I had to really think creatively on what content I could produce for November that would allow me to get out 8 videos. So I sat down and thought, what I can do is create 4 that are really, really short. And when I say really short, I mean under a minute. Now, these are going to be regular videos, like a regular size, just like this. However, they're going to be under a minute, and they're going to teach one very specific skill on each one of them. I think one of them's how to create a website in Canva. I'm having trouble remembering what all of them are right off. Let me look, and oh, that is not gonna I'm looking on my other monitor to see what my scheduled videos are. One of them. So someone recently asked on a comment how you can change colors of photo elements to your brand color. So I did it under, like, it's 59-second long of how you can do that. So another one that's short is how to make Canva websites, 59 seconds long. I've got one that's coming out that's about a Canva thumbnail word trick, and it is 58 seconds long. I've got one that is, well, it was the one that came out on Monday, I think. The Canva photo blur, how to blur the background of a photo for free, right? So those were all under 1 minute. And as I was able to create them, all 4 of them, in 2 hours. And what I mean by create, I mean I scripted, I filmed, I did a first edit, I did a second edit, I uploaded, I reviewed, I did all the back end stuff, create the thumbnail, and I scheduled it, all 4 in 2 hours. Okay. So I'm glad that you said that I am not a cat, because Nick was talking about this today in his live stream, the importance of using playlists right now. And I'm going to put all of these playlists, all of these videos that I created, these 1 minute tutorials about how to use different things in Canva, I'm going to put them in one playlist. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because people can binge on that playlist, on these 1 minute tutorials, right? So instead of watching one 10-minute I can't speak, one 10-minute tutorial, they can get in this playlist and watch 10 1-minute tutorials. Same amount of watch time. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be utilizing playlists as well. And on my channel, I've got a bunch of playlists. I want to go through them and really work on them well. I'm not great at them, but I'm going to try to get a little bit better. I mean, I put everything into a playlist. Look at me. I'm getting off topic. The attention deficit is real. The 1 minute, I like it. The 1 minute method by the Creator Classroom. All right, so let me see. Calendar, time blocking. Where was I? Nick also shared a tip in a live stream that you should have backup notes, or if you have like brain fog. And so that's what I'm using today, notes from my brain fog. So I created the 4 1 minute tutorials in 2 hours, and then I only had 4 to do left. So creating those 4 in 2 weeks was pretty normal, and I was able to do them pretty quickly. They're a little bit longer, but all of my tutorials in November are going to be shorter. I think I've got one that's like 7 or 8 minutes long, but the rest are shorter because I just did not have I knew that I wouldn't have the time in November to create them. So the bonus of this, that I have thought ahead and used my calendar to time block and created all of these ahead, is that if in November I wind up having spare time, I can create a longer video that I can either use for December or as a bonus video in November. But if I hadn't thought ahead and I hadn't looked at my calendar in the middle of October, I would be really stressed out right now, because I haven't been able to film and edit a single video this week. All right, let's see what Laura has to say. Hello, Laura. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Using shorts is frustrating because we don't get credit on them. I wish they counted towards monetization for new channels like mine. Thanks. Okay, so shorts. I'm going to see if I can find a video for you that you might want to check out after the stream. Let me just do this. All right. Because they are going to start counting, but the problem is, I'm trying to find it real quick. The problem is that, sorry, it's really hard for me to do more than one thing. Speak and type and search. Let's see if Nick did a video on it. In 2023, they are going to be opening a window for monetization, which means that if you get 10 million views in the last 90 days, that will be an avenue for creators to be apply for the YouTube Partner Program. So yeah, it's 10 million views, Monique, not one. In a 90-day period. I'm looking to see. I think he did a live on it, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be this one. Okay.
YouTube content creators like.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure that it's this one, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to copy this and put it. I put it in the chat. And I'm also going to put it in my private chat to add to description for shorts. Okay. So basically what they said, let me see if I can find the actual, oh, that's a YouTube video. Okay. Oh no. Okay. It's about the community post, but I did find that it's this one. Let's see. Is it the same one? No, it's not. This is actually the one. Not that. I'm going to star it so I remember to add it to the description. But essentially, in order for shorts to count, you have to have 10 million views in a 90-day period to get the avenue instead of the watch hours. So it's one or the other. But shorts are really good for helping subscriber base, especially if you do it right. All right, let me get my slideshow back up here. So calendar blocking is just really, really important to plan your time. And I mentioned that I wasn't able to create content this week. And it's because, please do not cry on camera. It's because on Saturday morning, when I was scheduling for this week, one of my close friends' brother called me, which was very unusual. At first, I got very excited, but then I got very nervous because, like I said, he just doesn't call. and he told me that she had passed away the day before. It was very unexpected. And so it's just been a really difficult week for me. And so I made a commitment. There we're back at the C. I made a commitment to myself to allow this week for me to process that my friend had passed away and do minimal work on the computer. Thank you so much, Laura, for your kind, and Monique, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not going to stay on it long because I know that if I do, I'm going to start crying and then I will have to end the broadcast because nobody needs to see that. I am not a pretty crier. So I decided to make a commitment to myself to take this week off, essentially. And this was the only week in November that I actually had time to create content. So if I had not calendar blocked, if I had not looked ahead in October and had created content, then there would not be any content next week because I've not done anything. I barely was able to get the slides together for today's stream. And I did that on Tuesday when I was having like a good moment. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get everything scheduled. That way, for sure, I've made a commitment. We're back to the C, to my audience that I am going to show up today. And now I am not a cat knows why I wasn't exactly on it when I started today because this has just consumed me this week. So anyway, just it's important for you to think about your priorities when you are calendar blocking. And I do that with my cell phone. Let me find my helper. Okay. Cell phones can be an asset or a liability. And we're going to talk about both of those. And that's the last thing we'll talk about before we dive into Canva and teaching. That way I can get Canva on the screen. But cell phones, it's important for you to list your priorities. And what I do is I actually, and I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. I actually list my priorities on my cell phone. All right. All right, webcam, you can refocus now. Really? You're gonna make me look like this? All right, so bad choice. Shouldn't have put my cell phone up next to the webcam because now it's not going to focus on me. There we go. All right, so essentially what I do every single day is I put 3 priorities. So an example, like I just showed you, but for Monday, my priorities are going to be timestamp live stream number 1, timestamp live stream number 2, and the third thing is film and edit one Canva tutorial. Now, I might not get to all those on Monday, and that's okay if I don't, but those are going to be my priorities. And the reason why timestamping live stream 1 and 2 are up there is because I should have already done them already. Like they were on my priority list for this week, but I really have not been able to do it because I've not been able to stay focused on anything other than much more than my friend's no longer here. But cell phones can also be a distraction. If your phone is pinging the entire time you're working, then you're going to have trouble getting your priorities done. I highly recommend that when you're filming or editing mode to put your phone away. And today was an exception, right? I've got my phone right here with me. And the only reason I have it with me is because I wanted to show you what was on my screen. But normally I would have put it on my desk back here, or on my, I've got something back here that you guys can't see, and normally it's there. You can get more accomplished in 30 minutes that are completely focused than in 60 minutes of constant distraction. When I am filming and editing, I put my phone away, and on my computer, I only have programs open that are what I need. This helps me stay focused. And if you edit on your phone, then what I recommend is trying to turn off your notifications. That way you're not constantly battled. Or see if you've got a do not disturb mode on your phone. If it's a day where I'm spending 2 hours and I know I've got 2 hours, I need to get a lot done, then what I do is check my phone every 30 minutes just to make sure nothing important needs my attention. However, 95% of the time, there's nothing there that cannot wait. And like I mentioned before, communication is key. If you have someone in your life that demands attention in an instant, let them know that you're going to be unavailable for the time you have, right? Like, I'm going to be unavailable today from 10:45 to 1. Like, that's what I would tell my husband. I'm going to be unavailable from 10:45 to 1. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be here until 1, but I've got a lot of things. And so he knows not to message me, or if he messages me, that I'm not going to get right back to him. I'll get back to him when I can. And he knows that if it's an emergency, just to call me, because I will get that. All right, let me do this. The 5 C's. So the 5 C's are: do you have clarity? Do you have clarity about your channel? Commitment. Have you made a commitment to yourself and your audience about what you're going to be providing them? Communication. Are you communicating with your audience about what your commitments are? And have you made communication with your family, the people that are in your life that need to know, oh, I've got an hour today. And even if it's not an hour, what if it's 10 minutes? What if you only have 10 minutes to film a video? You communicate. I've got 10 minutes. Just leave me alone for 10 minutes while I get this done, and I'll be with you then, right? Have you practiced the art of calendar blocking? And you can use this by filming your content. Look at your calendar, decide when you can create content, and then use it. If you, as Heather Torres says, if you don't make priorities in your life, someone else will. And are you using your cell phone to create priorities, or are you using it for distractions? Use it to create priorities. And finally, are you using Canva? You can use Canva to create a faster workflow, especially if you use templates. Oh, look, I didn't even put my little thing up. All right, if you use templates or create your own templates for videos, thumbnails, or other social media things. So we're going to go into teaching Canva. And there are a bunch of new things today. And these are some of the things. Let me give you a bigger screen. Actually, you can't see all of that. That's okay. I'll change it once I get there. You can now record audio only, which is amazing. So you can create voiceovers in Canva. You can lock your video timing. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a new style of thumbnail on YouTube, and new subscribe button, new icons. So how is that going to change? I would like to talk about variation of thumbnails, adding B-roll to audio only, how to zoom video timeline. There's a whole bunch of stuff here on the list that we could talk about. But first, I'm going to go to some questions that I Am Not a Cat asked earlier, which is actually, let me remove this. Are there any significant differences between the Android version and the iOS version? I'm assuming that you mean of the Canva app. And to be honest, I'm going to answer this exactly what I know. I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because I use an Android phone and I don't know what the differences are between the Android phone and an iOS phone because I've never used one. Darren Meredith does use an iPhone, and we had been talking about maybe trying to collaborate on a live stream one time to talk about it. The other reason why I don't really know is because honestly, I don't use the Canva app on the phone that much because there's so many more things that I can do on the computer faster. And I'm all about efficiency. If something's faster, then that's the way I want to go. But I have been using it a little more so that I can potentially do some YouTube shorts on how to use the Android version of Canva, but I typically only use the app on my phone to upload videos or upload, upload videos or Brain. Help me out, Brain. Photos or something like that to Canva so that I can then come to my computer. Or if I do like a video edit in CapCut or something like that on my phone, then I can upload it into Canva to finalize the edit. The other question that was asked is, do you think Canva Pro will be discounted for Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Oh, very good question. You know what? I'm not sure. I have not heard anything as a Canva champion, but that doesn't mean that it's yet to be announced. So if I hear of it, I will let you know. But what I do know is that you can get a free trial for me and try it out for 30 days. Let me do a spiel for you. If you want to upgrade your Canva experience, try Canva Pro for free. I'll drop a link in the chat and the description for you. How was that? I'm not very good at that. It's not my expertise. All right. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into that, or I'll ask and see if they can give me any insider knowledge. Let's see what I'm Not a Cat says when it comes to calendars. I'm familiarizing myself with Google Calendars. I want to have a schedule. It will be a struggle for me, but worth the rewards. How do you become a Canva champion? Great question. So essentially, what I did was I first focused on creating content, and I wanted to create content on Canva tutorials so that when I applied to be a Canva champion, that I would have a better chance. And so because I do what I do and I'm promoting Canva, it was easy for them to go, yeah, we should let her in. However, I know that there are channels that don't focus on teaching Canva specifically that have also been approved to be a Canva champion. There is a link. Let me look it up. I'm going to leave a link here, but basically there's just, you have to apply or you have to register, and there's a lot of information. And they look to see if you're a design influencer, a design educator, or if you have a large audience. All right, I'm dropping that link in the chat. All right, let's see here. Let's get, I'm going to get Canva up. Actually, this is not the, that was not what I wanted. Here we go. I'm hiding my bookmarks tab to give a little more space here. You are very welcome. Okay. Wow, it still hadn't. Let me hide it again. Oh, it still is showing. I've clicked hide. Okay, that's weird. It's okay. You guys are going to just have to see my bookmarks tab on the one screen. We're going to go to Canva. And I want to look at Miss. By the way, if you have, let me put up a banner. If you have questions about Canva, drop them in the chat or comments, because now we're in the Canva portion of today's live stream. All right. So I'm just going to look at all of these things right here. If one of these that's on this list, this down here behind me says download notes. If one of these looks interesting to you and you want to know a little bit more about it, leave it in the chat and I will definitely focus on that. But audio only recording. Hello, Yolanda. It's so great you're here. What we're doing now, what we've been talking about are my 5 C's for creating content, which is you can watch the replay a little later. I've been all over the place today. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. You know what? I'm not sorry. It's who I am. All right. So what we're going to do is look at audio recording, because this is a pretty new feature. And I'm going to click video. And if this is something that you would like a separate video on later, then just let me know. Because as you guys probably know, I'm better with the edited video than I am the live stream. All right. So what you would do is you need Chrome for this. I'm not sure if it's in the app or not, and I'll look in a minute to see if it's in the desktop app that I have on mine. But you would go to Uploads and look right here. There is a record yourself function. And it goes into a studio here. And you're going to notice that right now the camera is off, so it's not showing me. And the reason why it's off is because I'm recording on my camera with another program, so I can't have it on. But it would give me the option to change the camera from the Logi or the OBS virtual or whatever's attached to my computer. I could share the camera and the screen here. either the entire screen, a window, a Chrome tab, right? Well, I went too far. Let's exit Studio. I'm going to go back. All right, there's screen only, but you can record audio only if you click and go no camera. Then it will change to whatever's in your logo. So let me just do this real quick. I'm going to click record. Well, hello there. It is great to see you, and I'm testing the audio recording only feature in Canva. I'm going to click done, save and exit. It will save it. Oh, here it is. Hello there. It is great to see you. All right. So here it is, volume, but it records it as a video. So it's in the video tab, but technically you can reduce the transparency of it so that you can't even see it. As long as it's on your file, you'll be able to do that. And this comes in really handy. Let me, oh, there is another new feature too. They've renamed folders to projects. And so this is kind of cool. If you're looking for all your folders, it will be in something called projects. So let's say that I've got this. I can add these to it, right? So I've got these, and I could technically record something. So let's record yourself. I'm going to change this to no camera, so it's that. And then I'm going to record. 3, 2, 1. Do you struggle with YouTube motivation? Today, we're going to talk YouTube motivation made simple. The first thing you need to know is that you need to be very clear about the content you are creating. Clarity of content is really important when you are looking for motivation and consistency. You also want to have that commitment to others. Are you committed to your audience? Are you committed to yourself? Are you committed to your channel? Make the commitment and you will be more consistent. Something like that. All right. So I click done. We're going to save and edit. And typically I would have, look, so it's making my little thing longer. And you will notice here that it's got the logo, but I can actually reduce the transparency of the logo so it's not even seen. And let's see. Do you struggle with YouTube motivation? Today, we're going to talk YouTube motivation. Maybe the first thing you need to know is that. Okay, so anyway, it's a cool way. And I think that because I made that one, there it is. Here's this. I would just need to make this transparent so that nobody can see it. You need to make sure that you have like spaces between your phrases so that when you do the transitions and things that it won't get cut off. But yeah, you can now record audio. So remember, in the Chrome browser, upload, record yourself, take off the camera, and then that's how you can record just the audio. And if you're in a project, then you can record it under it, and you can use the arrow keys to move over to the segment that you want to record. So I'm going to love this feature. I'm going to actually use it a lot to create my YouTube trailers. All right, so I'm going to exit that. And let's look at this. Again, if you have any questions about how to use Canva, especially how to use Canva for YouTube, drop it in the chat. Got a little itchy ear. Locking video timing. All right. So one thing that you can do, and actually this one may be more difficult. Let me go. Let me go here. Oh, they've changed some things here. I've noticed they've got video editing, play with video, one click. Those are really pretty. Oh, and I don't know if you guys have the new style of banner yet or not. There's going to be a new one up here called Docs as well. But look at all these things. Like, just, it's so much fun. I get lost in Canva. Who else resonates with that? Do you just get in Canva and just like go crazy? I love it so much. There we go. Recommend reload this page or try again. Okay. I was about to say, I might have to go to canvastatus.com. All right. Let's try this again. We're going to go to video template. All right. We're just going to go to this one. All right. So this is 10 seconds long. If I wanted to add a different video to this, and I wanted it to stay 10 seconds, how could I do that? Well, I would right click, and lock page. And then I would find the video that I wanted to add. So let's figure out what we should look up. Gaming. I'm going to go a video, and this is 10 seconds. If I add this to this, it's locked. It's going to stay at 10 seconds. If I had not locked it, let me unlock it now. Actually, let me just go up here to the top and unlock it that way. It changed it to 13.2 seconds. So I would just have to manually adjust it to the 10 seconds. But let me undo, right? But because I locked it, I was able to lock in that timing that I wanted for that intro. Now, because I'm live streaming, the video is taking a long time to render. It's not going to take this long and like normally, but because I'm using so much internet and bandwidth, it's giving me a little bit of trouble. But that is a brand new feature. Just right click on the clip that you want, and you can lock or unlock the page and make your video the right size. So let's say that you've got a video and you know that you want it to be exactly 7.6 seconds long. Click the three dots. We're going to lock the page. And now we can bring in something else that is that same length. So left click, drag, and now it's going to be 7 seconds long. Now you're not going to be able to add a transition to this, to the front or the back of it, because it's locked. But that's a great way. I'm loving this feature to get the right timing on the video. Let me look and see what else is on the list of some new things. All right, we're going to go to YouTube. Now I need to change what screen I'm showing. If you have a question about using Canva, let me know. If you are finding value in what you're learning today, let me know what your favorite tip is in the chat. All right. So I don't know if everyone has this yet, but they are rolling out this new look, right? These new curved thumbnails. What does that mean for Canva? You create your thumbnails just like you've always created them. It's just in the AI on YouTube. It's going to show them as curved. And the other thing that they've changed is what the subscribe button looks like. So if I click, I would rather click a channel that I'm not subscribed to, but I followed this couple, Stephanie and Cameron. I'm going to watch this video later, but I'm going to click on it, and you're going to see these are rounded now, right? I'm hovering this. It's rounded, and they're no longer red. So if you've not heard, YouTube's done this massive update to where YouTube doesn't look like YouTube. So you might need to create some. Let me go Locked on Tar Heels. Look, the subscribe button is no longer red. I'm on a white background, so it's black. But if I was in the black, if I was in dark mode, it would be white. So how can you create animations, lower third animations for your channel that are in line with this new design that Canva has? All right, let me show you. And it is killing me not to click these 3 notifications, y'all. All right, let's go to Canva. Oh, Yolanda has a question. I see a lot of thumbnails with the cutout photo. How do you create that cutout photo of yourself? In Canva, if you have a video on it, I will find it. I do have a video, but I will absolutely show you real quick how to do that. It is a Canva Pro feature, Yolanda. Let me know if you have Canva Pro. If you have Canva Pro, it will be super simple. If you don't, I'll still show you how to use it. And if you want to try Canva Pro for free for 30 days, then I've left a link in the description that you'll be able to do that. But since we're talking about thumbnails, I'm going to type thumbnail up here, YouTube thumbnail. You do not have Canva Pro. So that's going to be a little more difficult. I will show you a free way that you can do it. However, it's not, your image is not going to be as clear. Okay. The first thing you can do, let me just grab this template. So the first thing is, you could always take a picture like this one where you don't need to cut yourself out, right? So you could take your picture on a very vibrant wall or something like that, so that you wouldn't need to cut yourself out. But let me show you how easy it is in Canva. You would just click Edit Image and then Background Remover. It might take longer than it normally would because I'm live streaming. And I just realized they're doing road work right outside my house. Let me know if that's too distracting. While that's thinking, let me add something to chat. It's finished up. I just dropped a link in the description that you can try Canva Pro for free for 30 days to see how you like it. I've got several videos on why it's very, very beneficial, especially for content creators to be able to use that. And I would gladly go into it for a long time. Wow. All right. I tell you what, before I share with you the free tip, which I'll show you the difference, I'm going to show you a video. I want to check and see what they're doing right outside my house. And oh, wait, I've got something to share. When it finishes, I won't be in the chair because I'm looking at something. But some people in October gave me a special super chat and super thanks, and I want to share with them that I appreciate it. So I made this in Canva. Take a look at this, and I'll be right back. So yes, I really, really appreciate that. And yes, they are doing road construction. It seems like lately, every Friday, they're doing something on this road. If it is too distracting, just let me know. But I'm going to try to tune it out myself. All right, so here's that image. And now I can add a different background to it if I want. So that was how simple it was in Canva. Now, I promised that I would show you a free way. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to restore the original. Killing it with those videos. And I'm going to show you, I've got a brand template so that I'm actually going to be doing that every month. So in the first live stream in November, all of the super chats, super thanks, super stickers that come in, I'm going to express my gratitude via video. So, yeah, that's fun. Oh boy, are you kidding me? Now the backup beeping. All right, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna download it with no pro features. Now the construction workers are yelling at each other. This is fun. Live. Gotta love it. All right, so if you don't have Canva Pro, what you would do is go to Erase BG. And maybe. All right. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is why I need a new computer. All right. Upload image. So I'm basically just uploading it. Upload image failed. It's probably because I'm live streaming. But this also happens when I'm not live streaming. So it's thinking this is a free version. All right, so I'm just going to download. And then we're going to bring it into Canva. Now we're going to take a close look at the difference between the two. These actually, it's not that bad, this one. But so the one on the left is the Canva Pro and the one on the right is the free one. It's just not as clear, but it's really not bad. So that's a great alternative if you just can't afford Canva Pro. And it's not always the best. So Those are your two options. All right. I'm so distracted. So erase BG is better than remove BG. Even though it says remove BG at the top, it's actually erase BG. Erase BG will download it at a better resolution than remove BG will. However, you have to get the right image. It's just one more step than when you are I'm so sorry, guys. I am so distracted by the construction crew. What I might have to do is come back when they're not here. Oh my gosh, vibrations. Okay. Y'all, this is really driving me nuts. All right, so I'm going to show you one last thing. And if they're not finished by the time I show you this, then what I'm going to do is call it for the day and maybe come back later if they've stopped, or if they've not, we'll just resume next week. But let me show you where you can. So when you search for subscribe, like subscribe's always been red. And like this one's an edit image one. But this one, you can actually change the color. So if you wanted, you could change the color to YouTube's new color if you want. But if you have Canva for free, there are not that many options for you. There's this one, but it's this, right? Like even if I do a duotone effect, you're going to have a hard time with that one. So what I recommend doing instead is creating your own subscribe icon. And you can do that by clicking R on your keyboard. And then you can size it. There's these little white lines and you can size it. And then up here at the top, you're going to do corner rounding, and we'll just go all the way to 100, and it's going to make it that same shape like the subscribe icon. And then you can do it in black or white or whatever you want. And then you can add the text, the subscribe text. Now, I think that YouTube has their own font, but one that is pretty close is Roboto. So we're going to just change it to Roboto. We'll add it to uppercase. We'll change this to white. And you can add your little subscribe icon there, right? Now, here's a feature that will help, that will make Canva Pro even better, right? I can download this with a transparent background because I have Canva Pro. Let me show you what it would look like if I use this on Erase BG. Because I'm curious myself. Let's see. I'm going to bring this up just like this. And it failed load. Let's try it again. And now we're going to download it again. And then I'm going to put it here. I'm going to change this back to white so you can see the difference. So when I zoom in, look, it's really fuzzy and you got that green outline. It's just not as clear as what this is going to be. And here's this one, not that one. So this is the one that, this bottom one is the one I downloaded with Canva. No green outline at all, and it's not fuzzy. This is the one that I did in Erase BG. You got your green fuzzies, and it's just fuzzy in general. So it's just going to make your the quality of your image better when you use Canva Pro as opposed to I mean, now when it's small like that, it's really hard to tell, but it's just, I prefer Canva Pro. And this is coming from someone that used Canva for free. I used Canva for free from 2015 to July 2021. And there's not a day that goes by, barring when I'm not at the computer at all, that I don't use some feature of Canva Pro. And one of the main things is that I've got more options, right? Like there aren't that many subscribe icon options here. But if I go free, and let me just make it a static one, I've got a whole bunch more options here. I don't have to make it myself. I'm trying to see, like this one. Here it is, subscribe icon. I didn't have to make it. It's there. And I can change this to black, right? The like button, I can change it to black. This is a Canva Pro feature. Just being able to filter it is actually a Canva Pro feature. All right, I think actually the construction works moved on down the road. They just love doing it when I'm live streaming. All right, variations of thumbnails. Okay, so one thing you may have noticed is that I use borders on my thumbnails. I'm gonna, and I might need to change up the way that mine looks. Let me show you what I mean. All right, by the way, I created a new banner. What do you guys think? I added my picture, Canva Champion, the Create a Classroom, learn how to use Canva. And then I added a call to action, design better, free trial of Canva Pro, right here in the banner. And then my Twitter page. And I just put one social media up there. It's the one I'm using most often. But you're going to notice that the border that I used for today's thumbnail is kind of cut off because of the way that YouTube looks now. So I might have to decide, do I want to change the way that my thumbnails looks because of the new design, right? Do I need to change that? They actually look a little better in dark mode, but I can't get dark mode right now to work on my Chrome. But let me go. Thanks so much. Yeah, I decided I wanted a little change. I'm going to show you. So here's my thumbnails. And recently I did a video on, where is it? Oh, the other thing they've changed, they have added it to where videos are on a separate page than shorts, and those are on a separate page than live videos, which means that people that come to you, like people that come to this channel that don't like live content, if they just click video, they don't see any of the live content. People that want to see the shorts can go to the shorts tab. So it's just really great. And then look at this. So I'm in mine, but my customized channel is blue. So my managed video is blue. But I did this video, Canva, make thumbnails faster with Canva tips and tricks, right? I highly, look, I got an ad. I highly recommend watching this video. Sorry, my brain, I forgot where I needed to put. And because it gives a lot of thumbnail tips and tricks, including tips and tricks about removing the background and stuff, and to make faster thumbnails. But one of the tips is I create all my thumbnails in one place. And this is great when you're trying to create variations of the thumbnail, right? So an example of the thumbnail for today's live stream. This is what it originally looked like. This is what it was. And I'm like, I think I can do better than that. So I created this one and I really liked that one. But then I created a third variation, which made the hand a little bit bigger. See? Not much, just a little bit. And that was my winner. So what I recommend is doing variations. And what I'm probably going to wind up doing is actually, well, that one's not going to work. I'm actually going to probably wind up doing more without borders now with the new design like this one. This was last week's live stream. Just because it's going to look better with the new design YouTube has. But I still love the border. I love the way it looks. But you can make the borders look okay. It just, in fact, I'm going to add a page here. I want to show you because you could technically, I could technically make a border that's got a curved outline like this. Let's go with the corner rounding, right? I've not figured out what the corner rounding is for YouTube yet. And then do a border like that, so transparent. Right, so then that would give you an idea of what your thumbnail is going to look like on it, and then create your border with a corner rounding. So I might start doing that. But when I create slides like this, let me go to my slides. When I create slides like this in StreamYard, like this, it's not rounded like that. So I really want the border. So I've got to decide which style I want for StreamYard or for YouTube like this, and for I did not mean to do that, for everything, right? So this, for example, is the trailer that I created. Oh, I remember. So I was in the 1K challenge and I went on to ask Heather a question about the specific trailer, actually. And she says, can you tell everybody where they can find it? I can. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to go to my backend studio. You're going to see stuff you probably shouldn't see. Monique, thank you so much for joining and enjoy your walk. Let's see. So what I would do, and I'm not even sure if, I tell you what I'm going to do is it's in about the same place. And you know what? I don't know if I can change it or look at it. Let's go to details. Okay. So in customization, down here, there's a trailer for those that have videos, or for those that have at least 1,000 subscribers. There's a trailer option, and you can upload unlisted videos. And so that, I'm trying to find it. This was that video that I uploaded as the trailer for today's live stream. And you can also do that with 1,000 subscribers on future videos. So let me see. Here we go. This is the video that's coming out on Monday. It's called The New Video Transition. Canva Keeps Getting Better. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to set it for Premiere. Wait, am I? So with Premieres, what you want to do is make sure you're going to be around for chat. I got to get an x-ray on Monday. I'm not going to be around for chat. I'm going to set it temporarily, and then I'm going to reset it just so that you can see how to do it. You would set up the Premiere. You can choose a countdown timer, a countdown length. This is stuff that you can do no matter how many subscribers you have. But if you scroll down, if you have 1,000 subscribers, you can add a trailer, and it will select specific videos that have specific requirements. So I can choose one. Let's see, this one, a brand new lesson. And so that's the one that I tend to use if I'm just doing the same trailer for everyone. I will use that one and then save it. But let's look and see what it says. Trailers are a great way to share a sneak peek and get viewers excited. Add a 15-second to 3-minute upload for people to watch until your content begins. And so I just upload it as an unlisted video and then add it as a trailer. And then you save it. You can save it again. I'm not going to, because I'm not going to be around on Monday probably for a premiere at 9 o'clock. I just need to see, because I've got to go in on Monday for a x-ray on my kidney stones. All right. I tell you what, I'm getting pretty tired, and let me get rid of this banner. I have learned when I think my body is just a little more fatigued today than it typically is, because I've been through emotional trauma this week. Thank you all so much for your patience as I've been through a lot of moments today. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for learning with me. And I really recommend, and it won't be here for a while, but I recommend watching this video right here, or I'll leave a video recommendation in the description. And I'll see you next time. Bye. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If I can actually hit end broadcast, that would be great.